What if I told you that there's a simple brain hack that can reduce anxiety, boost confidence, and completely shift the way you see your life? And no, I'm not just talking about being thankful. It's about rewiring your brain for clarity, resilience, and unstoppable success. In today's episode, we are diving deep into the science of gratitude, not as a fluffy, feel good practice, but as a powerful mindset tool that can transform how you handle stress, perform under pressure, and show up in your life the way that you want to show up in your life. I'm also going to share how I use gratitude to help teens break through stress and get out of their own way. So if you are ready to stop overthinking, start trusting yourself, and set your gratitude on fire, stick around because this one is going to change the game. Hey there, my sister, my friend. Welcome to the Dr. Tanya B podcast with me, Dr. Tanya B. I am here to help you be your best, most authentic self, your life, your way. We're going to talk everything self-care, self-love, mindset, and personal growth with a splash of hippie woo. I am proud of you for giving yourself this time today, so let's not waste time and let's dig in. Hey friends, welcome back. Today we are talking about something that I spend a lot of time on, one of my all-time favorite brain hacks, and that is gratitude. But listen, I am not talking about the fluffy, just be thankful, pretty sorts of stuff. I am talking about the deep, the powerful, science-backed, life-changing gratitude that literally rewires your brain for more clarity, more confidence, and ultimately for more resilience. I also will share how I use gratitude in my coaching with both women and teens, including how it helps with anxiety and stress, with personal growth, and even sports performance. Plus, I will tell you all about the gratitude challenge that is currently happening inside of Unstoppable, I couldn't say it, Unstoppable, our transformative women's community. So let's set your gratitude on fire. All right, so let's get real. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to focus on what is not working, the stress, the overwhelm, the why is everything so hard moments? I actually have a hand motion that people who work with me recognize as me wanting to scream, why so hard? So if you're looking at the camera, like I put my hands up beside my face and I'm like, why so freaking hard? And that is because it is so easy for us to focus on that and allow that negativity to spin out of control. That is because your brain has something called negativity bias. Your brain is hardwired to look for problems in order to survive. Here's the game changer, though. You can rewire that for yourself. You just have to do the work. And the key is gratitude. So, science shows us that when you practice gratitude, your brain releases more dopamine and more serotonin, those feel good chemicals that improve your mood and your motivation. It also lowers your cortisol, the stress hormone that fuels anxiety. So yes, it is not just about being a nice idea. It is super powerful and it is a life-changing brain hack. If you go over to the Unstoppable community, the workshop that we did this last week spent a lot of time talking about gratitude, and we dug in a little bit more to those three science neurochemicals, but then we also talked about neuroplasticity and how that rewires your brain. So jump in, join us there, and you can catch the replay on that. Okay, so back to this is the super powerful life-changing brain hack. And the best part of this is that it does not take 30-minute meditation or perfectly written journal entries. Gratitude can just be as simple as taking 10 seconds to notice one thing that is good in your life right now, and then keeping that going, creating momentum for change. So over the last couple of weeks, I've been spending a lot of time talking about anxiety, and I think that it's important for us to revisit so that we can continue the shift. So let's do just that. Let's talk about anxiety. If you've ever felt stuck in that spiral of what ifs and worst case scenarios, you are not alone. But here's what I have learned, not just personally, but through coaching lots of women and teens. And that is anxiety and gratitude cannot exist in the brain at the same time. Think about that. It sounds so simple, kind of because it is. Doesn't make it easy, but it is straightforward. So let me say it again. Anxiety and gratitude cannot exist in the brain at the same time. So let's break that down. When you shift into gratitude, even if it's just for a few moments, you break that cycle of anxiety or stress or depression. You activate that part of your brain that sees possibilities instead of fear. And when you can do this consistently over and over again, even for those small little bits of time, you are retraining your nervous system to react differently to stress. So inside of Unstoppable, I know I've been talking about this, but this is a place where we are digging deep. We are doing this gratitude challenge, which is a powerful, structured way to make gratitude a habit that sticks. So last week, I shared a workshop that went deeper, like I was talking about earlier, than we are here. And so we are understanding the why and the how. We are not just listening to or listing out those three things that we're grateful for and calling it a day. We are shifting perspectives. We are rewiring old stories. We are creating a new emotional baseline. Because let me tell you something, when you master this, everything changes. That is why I'm spending so much time talking about it and why it is the base for a lot of the work that I do. I have done it for myself and I have watched others use it as well. It sounds super easy. And again, it's not always easy, especially if you have spent a lot of time in this negative headspace, but that's where coaching and community comes into play. So, for example, I have been working with a high school basketball player on mindset. He is having a fabulous season. He is really well respected for his talent, for his hard work, for his leadership. And you know what's getting in his way? He is. He's getting in his own head, which is so typical, not just for teenagers, but for so many of us. He goes down this road of overanalyzing his play. He gets caught up in this analysis paralysis. He's second guessing himself during play, which slows him down on the court, and then it kills his confidence, which then in turn tanks his play and then brings him down for a couple of days after the fact. And so to shift his mindset, we've been working on playing from an instinct instead of overthinking. He knows that when he plays, that he does play better when he listens to his gut, when he moves out of that intellectual play. So keep in mind that this is a kid he's really, really smart. He studies the game. He has spent every spare moment practicing skills for years. He has done the work. He has done a lot of work. So now he needs to move out of that space of work and he needs to play by experience and his own instinct. And our key tool is gratitude. So we're doing a couple of things. We are using a pre-game gratitude reset. That's a lot of words. Pre-game gratitude reset. So before a game, he sends me three things that he is grateful for. It might be something along the lines of his strong body, the game that he loves, the opportunity to compete. Doesn't matter what it is. They can be super small, but this shifts his focus from the pressure that he is feeling to appreciation, which is then helping him move from play with joy to a place of playing with joy instead of fear. And then the other one is this off-court gratitude practice. So we also practice beyond basketball. We can't focus just on basketball. This is really important in order to bring things back into perspective for him and to not add pressure. So he's acknowledging these small wins that are in his day. Things like great conversation with a friend, maybe a breakfast or a lunch that he enjoyed, maybe even a solid study session. So this helps him retrain his brain to focus on what is working rather than what is going wrong. And then the last one that I think is really important for him is trusting his instincts instead of overthinking. So when he is catching himself in that moment of overanalyzing, even when this is mid-game, he has a simple reminder for himself. So for him, it's just a simple tap to the forehead. He is just two fingers hitting that third eye. And this is just a check-in, a way for him to remember that he is playing for his gut and sort of a reminder to himself to get out of that space. And so he could also use things, it's whatever works for him. So for him, it's this little tap, but he could use a mantra along the lines of feel the game, don't think the game, or focusing on trust and gratitude instead of perfection. He's learning to react, to let it flow, to play at his best without that additional pressure. And then the result of that is more confidence, faster decision making, and a game that feels fun again. So because when you stop thinking about so much and leaning into that pressure and you just start trusting yourself, everything changes. Now I know what you're thinking, and that is that life is chaotic and sometimes it feels like gratitude is the last thing that we have the energy to focus on, because who really has time for one more thing in their day? But I'm going to challenge you right now. Take one moment today to pause, to appreciate something, anything. I don't care if it is your ability to breathe, it is your morning coffee, it is a meme that made you laugh. That is where the shift starts. So then I want you to pay attention to that shift. I want you to lean into it, and I want you to express appreciation for it. And if you are ready to take this deeper, come join the gratitude challenge inside Unstoppable, the women's community. This is where we are making gratitude real. It's a transformational practice that sticks, not just for a week, but for a lifetime. So tonight, the day that I'm launching this podcast, I'm going to be doing a new live workshop, and that is on the open hope prayer. So if you have heard of that, it is a game changer. It is one more tool that you get to add to your gratitude toolbox. Talk about a minor effort that makes a major change. So, and again, it's not too late. So even if you're listening to this episode after the live workshop in the community, we do a weekly live workshop, and then I post it for a replay. So you can go back and catch all of them anytime that it's available to you. So I am also continuing to build a library with practices, with meditations that I'm not sharing elsewhere. So check that out. I will drop the link in the notes. Get in there and start rewiring your brain for confidence, clarity, and lasting change. Okay. I think that is it for today. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with a friend, post your biggest takeaway on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook, and tag me at Dr. Tanya B or Dr. Tanya Burfield, depending where you're at. And if you have not already, please hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Talk soon. I love you.